And speaking of immigration, speaking of that, let's talk about Pam Bondi and the DOJ. And Pam Bondi, DOJ, named and changed 35 sanctuary jurisdictions that put American citizens at risk. Attorney General Pam Bondi warns of possible legal action against jurisdiction with uncooperative immigration policies. Oh, I love this. I love that this is happening. The Department of Justice identified nearly 36 cities and states across the country on Tuesday that it said were sanctuaries for illegal immigrants and warned that it planned to take legal action against more of those jurisdictions. Attorney General Pam Bondi said in a statement, the states and cities and states which mostly lean blue have immigration policies that impede law enforcement and put American citizens at risk. The Department of Justice will continue bringing litigation against sanctuary jurisdiction and work closely with the Department of Homeland Security to eradicate these harmful policies around the country, Bondi said. All right, let's continue. Hey, kitty. Now, I will say this. I said it in Jeff's chat, but I will say it on my stream. We all know this man as Superman. But the real Superman and women are the members of ICE. Let's hear from Mr. Dean Cain.
Hey, everybody, Dean Cain here. And for those who don't know, I am a sworn law enforcement officer as well as being a filmmaker. I felt it was important to join with our first responders to help secure the safety of all Americans, not just talk about it. So I joined up. And here's your opportunity to join ICE. You can earn lots of great benefits and pay. Yet since President Trump took office, ICE has arrested hundreds of thousands of criminals, including terrorists, rapists, murderers, pedophiles, MS-13 gang members, drug traffickers, you name it, very dangerous people who are no longer on the streets. You can defend your homeland and get great benefits like a $50,000 signing bonus. Think about that. Student loan repayment legally.
This is so great. I'm going to say this. It is fantastic to see some people from Hollywood that really isn't a part of the real crowd. And he's one of them.
Enhanced retirement benefits and special pay for those in the field operations and law enforcement roles. I don't get that special pay, but you also don't need an undergraduate degree. You can get to work right away. So if you want to help save America, ICE is arresting the worst of the worst and removing them from America's streets. I like that. I voted for that. They need your help. We need your help to protect our homeland and our families. So check into it, as I said, and join today if it's something that tickles your fancy, because we can use you.
Now, give me one moment. I didn't have this actually. I know I seen it. There we go. Let me pull this up. Hey, SOR. Let me bring up this next article. Let's do this. Let me show you this lovely lady. DHS Secretary Kristi Noem announces ICE has removed age barriers for ICE recruitment. I would tell everybody, go join ICE. Here we go, people. And I was gonna do this tomorrow, but I seen SOR's comment, and I knew I had this.
This is one of the things that I'm so excited about because we've seen our ICE officers be terrorized by activists, by violent people who want to do them harm. And they have continued to go out bravely and do their jobs and make sure that they're upholding the rule of law. And so our recruitment efforts to hire 10,000 new ICE officers has been extremely successful. Lawrence, as of today, we have over 80,000 applicants for those 10,000 positions already. People and patriots across this country that say, we want to join, we want to help and be a part of this effort. It's overwhelming to see the amount of response and support that our ICE officers have gotten and people who want to join their ranks. So I would tell everybody, go to join.ice.gov and go there and sign up, be a part of this team that is helping make America safe again with President Trump. And the other thing, Lawrence, I would say is we've removed any of the age barriers. We no longer have a cap on how old you can be, or you can continue at age 18, sign up for ICE and join us and be a part of it. We'll get you trained and ready to be equipped to go out on the streets and help protect families.
No. The thing with all of this, and SOR, I've seen you, I've met you, I've talked to you. I want to be like you when I grow up. Just saying. When I grow up, I want to be like you. Now, we go from some good news with ICE to, what the hell does this man think he's doing? What the hell does this man think he's doing? Hunter Biden gets a day job helping Ukrainian illegal aliens.
I'm working with a group now called BASTA, the homeless prevention, and just started actually as the director of development for BASTA, which is the leading homeless prevention and tenants rights group in Southern Los Angeles.
Like you protect people from like eminent domain style evictions?
Well, from eviction, and we're the only group in at least Southern California that represents undocumented. And so we don't take any federal money. And by the way, it's not just El Salvadorian immigrants, it's, Ukrainian immigrants that, came in under duress from what's going on in Ukraine and find it really hard to find work because of the fear of employers that they're going to disrupt their business because of ICE raids and things like that. And then they lose their income. And almost all of these people are families and children. And if you can keep someone in their apartment or their home, you obviously also keeping somebody off the street in homelessness. And what you find is like when a child becomes homeless, like the road back to any chance of normalcy just becomes exponentially harder.
Yeah.
Harder and harder.
One connection I wanted to make that I feel like I did.
And they wonder why. They wonder why people just don't believe you. They wonder why people just don't believe them. And Kitty, you are correct. Bobcat, I know we want him to go away, but he's making stupid mistakes. So I say let him stick around. Let him screw everything up. I say let him screw everything up. All right. Let's continue with I warned you. I warned you. Left-wing Governor Scratt's migrant shelter plan for $1 billion blow up. Massachusetts spent $830 million so far this fiscal year, housing more than 4,000 families in an emergency shelter program. Massachusetts Governor Maura Haley announced the closure of all remaining hotel shelters in the Bay State amid the formal termination of her executive emergency focused on the state's Biden-era migrant influx. Meanwhile, Mike Kennelly, her Republican rival in the 2026 gubernatorial sweeps, who also served as the state's housing secretary under GOP Governor Charlie Baker, is telling the Democrat, "I told you so." Haley described her emergency order period as a success, saying that when she took over from Baker, families were being placed in hotels all across the state, and families were staying in shelters for months, sometimes years at a time. Uh-oh. Hey, SOR, you and me both, bud. All right, let's continue. ICE office targeted in Washington State. Arson. DHS confirms investigation ongoing. A weekend attack on U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement ICE sub office in Washington State is now under investigation as an act of arson, according to a statement from the Department of Homeland Security released Tuesday, as reported by Fox News. Oh, that would be an interesting one, Daisy. Authorities say an unidentified individual threw a rock through a window of the ICE facility affiliated building in Yakima and subsequently started a fire. Yeah, poor guys. These people really don't like what's happening. Now, a little bit of good news on the immigration front. A little bit of good news. Biden lost 500,000 migrant children. Trump administration is returning them home. The Trump administration is working to safely return to their home countries the unaccompanied illegal migrant children lost under the Biden administration. The Daily Signal has learned hundreds of thousands of minors arrived at the southern border. All right. They want to go home to mom and dad in their country of origin, he said. We will try to facilitate that through their governments of origin. We can work with other countries to get these children back to their relatives, their parents in those countries. If they do reside there. Good. And I think it's like 13,000 or 15,000. And all right, let's continue. We got more. High-risk foreign visitors must pay up to $15,000 to enter U.S. under Trump administration visa crackdown. There are an estimated 500,000 visa overstays in 2023. The State Department is rolling out a new pilot program that will require some foreign visitors to the United States to pay bonds up to $15,000 for entry. The trial program, announced on Monday, is intended to crack down on the hundreds of thousands of visa overstays that occur every year. The notice from the State Department said the 12-month pilot program will preliminarily impact those who are nationals of countries identified by the department as having high visa overstay rates and where screening and vetting information is deemed deficient. The purpose was to address the clear national security threat posed by visa overstays and deficient screening and vetting, according to the State Department.